Prepare to get gas because it's time for the Week in Gear. I'm Andy, welcome to the show that brings you the most exciting guitar gear released in the last 7 days. This episode is sponsored by this from Cool Geek. If you want to know what it is, stick around. Now, let's kick off this week's gear list with a guitar from Ibanez that is so wrong, it's still wrong. That's unfair. Let's talk about it. This is the brand new Ibanez Custom Shop ICWH727 Wes Hauk Signature. And it is hopefully paving the way for one of my favorite guitars, the Ibanez Iceman. This 7-string version of the Iceman is built directly in the Tsugi Custom Shop in Japan for the alluvial and ex-The Black Dahlia murder shredder Wes Hauk. Wes Hauk. Yes. The body is a solid African mahogany back topped with a 4mm flamed maple top, dressed in a trans black burst finish, complete with a custom contoured lower horn scoop for increased upper fret access. It uses a set-in 3-piece maple and purple heart neck, and that is carved to a 27-inch baritone scale length. So dropping your low B or just general drop tuning should stay incredibly tight and articulate. Up top sits a bound rosewood fingerboard with offset abalone dot inlays, 24 jumbo frets, a 17-inch radius, and hip shot tuners. For hardware, you get the legendary double-locking Low Pro Edge 7 Tremolo bridge, which features the low-profile design and recessed fine tuners so that you never get your picking hand into the way and snagging it on those little things. And, if you're still with me, the electronics package is built around Wes's signature Seymour Duncan Jupiter rail humbuckers in both the neck and bridge positions, and the control matrix is streamlined for zero distraction stage work. A single master volume pot, and 3-way toggle switcher. All of this Ibanez goodness ships inside a custom Ibanez hardshell case and lands at a staggering 10,000-ish notes. I'm going to need a moment. 10 grand for a guitar is going to cause a bit of an internet meltdown, and plenty of players are going to scoff at a 5-figure price tag on an Iceman. But I 100% support this. Even though I would have zero use for this guitar, I want you to buy it. I think you should buy it. I want the metal doctors and the metal crypto bros to snap this up. And here's why. This isn't a standard mass production line instrument. It is a master-built Japanese custom shop piece crafted in tiny handmade quantities for players who demand absolute top-tier precision. Then, as has happened before, Ibanez will release an Indonesian-made production model at around, let's say, 1,700 notes, and then that can be bought by the regular metalheads, and then Ibanez will see that a higher spec Iceman can sell and will sell, and then I'm going to get it. And then we can get a regular production 6-string Iceman rock machine that is higher spec'd than the IC420 models, which are great for the money, but could be so much more. So Ibanez, please listen. Give us the Iceman we deserve. No, the Iceman we need. So, in short, my wallet is on fire, because you should go and buy this Iceman with 7 strings right now, so that in a few years I can get the Iceman that I've always wanted. Thank you! Next up, we are heading over to South Korea for a brand new lineup of acoustics designed to bring striking boutique-style tonewood figuring straight into the budget-friendly space. Cort has just dropped 3 new solid top models that sticks stage-ready utility into good-looking guitars. This is the brand new Cort Exotic Series, and the lineup is built across 2 distinct body shapes, a classic Grand Auditorium and their slimmed-down Venetian cutaway SFX profile. Number 1, the GA Walnut. This is built on the Grand Auditorium frame, pairing Claro walnut back and sides with a solid spruce top in an organic sunburst finish. Number the next one, The Exotic SFX Myrtle features myrtle wood back and sides under a sunburst gloss, again with a solid spruce top. And number the third one, the Exotic SFX Ash. Highly figured ash back and sides with a solid spruce top under the sleek black finish. I think it looks stellar. Across the entire collection, you get a 25.5-inch scale length mahogany neck with a C profile, a dovetail joint at the 14th fret, and a rather flat 15 3/4-inch radius laurel fingerboard carrying 20 frets. Every model comes with a preamp and under-saddle pickup system, which includes a tuner, independent volume, and basic tone controls. All three guitars land at a street price of around 300 notes-ish. And at just over 300 bucks, this is a lot of guitar. This is exactly the kind of guitar that a newcomer will see and think, it looks pretty, and it looks good quality, and being Cort, it probably will be. 300 notes is a lot of money to spend for many newcomers, and I am confident that spending it on one of these will inspire them to play for many years until they get gear obsessed and start watching my YouTube channel. To you, you've already fallen under the gear spell. This looks like the kind of guitar that will make audiences take you seriously without having to spend too much money. I just hope that the pickup system is good. It does come with coated strings. That's an indicator of attention to detail. The gasometer flies up to a celebratory buy it now. I love these, and it is great to see Cort bringing the good stuff. Links are in the video description. I don't know what that is. Before we dive in to the rest of the gear this week, let's take a quick moment to talk about the sponsor making this show possible, Cool Geek and their M1 music frame CD player. Now, if you are anything like me, you've probably got a stack of CDs somewhere that are just collecting dust. And if you're anything like me, you've got an online music subscription that doesn't necessarily pay the artists what they deserve and still buy CDs. Well, the M1 music frame from Cool Geek isn't just a CD player, it's also a rather stylish music frame that is battery powered and sends audio via Bluetooth or a 3.5mm jack cable to any Bluetooth capable speaker and or headphones. Hello?
Now connected to music frame M1.
It is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. You just put your CD in, slide the front in like that, and it becomes an art piece as well as a CD player. So if you want to rescue your CD collection from wherever it is collecting dust and turn it into something to look at as well as listen to, take a look at coolgeekaudio.com. The link is also in the video description, and use my coupon code to get 10% off the M1 music frame. I'm gonna go hang this back on the wall and listen to some music. Right, back to the gear. I am ready and armed for a discussion in the comments section, just so you know. This is the brand new Walrus Audio Canvas Expression. Traditional expression pedals are mechanical nightmares. They use physical strings, gears, or potentiometers that stretch and slip and wear out or get scratchy over time. Walrus Audio completely threw that all out of the window, and just like their Canvas volume pedal, the Canvas Expression operates using a contactless magnetic position sensor. Science! There are 0 physical wear and tear parts inside, giving you an ultra-smooth tracking sweep and a physical treadle tension that you can adjust with a drag mechanism. It feels responsive, it feels quality, and how do I know? Because I've got one right here. Shitting! Yeah, I've put it back in the packaging, keep it nice and safe, but I've been using this over the past couple of weeks. It just feels quality. The thing that completely blows typical utility pedals out of the water is that it's got a rather staggering routing architecture. And instead of just sweeping one effect, the 2 jacks around here let you control 2 completely different pieces of gear at the same time. You've got standard expression, so you can connect it to, let's say, a delay or a reverb pedal without worrying about any special audio connection types. It auto detects the wiring and auto configures itself. Number 2, the channel preset foot switch. You can use it as a hands-free switch to change amp channels or toggle pedal presets by rocking the pedal back and forth. On top of the analog jacks, it is a MIDI monster. Via the 1/4 inch TRS MIDI jacks and the USB-C output, this can send up to 16 independent, assignable MIDI CC program thingies. And it can do it simultaneously. Note that I am not a MIDI master, so I get some of those things confused. A single sweep of your foot can control an analog delay pedal and trigger a preset on a digital amp modeler and sweep a plug-in parameter inside your DAW all at the same time. I'll be honest, it is a bit much for me, but it does feel like the ultimate expression pedal. If you look under there, there's deep editing handled on the pedal via parameter LEDs with some nice clicky buttons, or through the dedicated Canvas Expression web app editor. It runs on standard 9-volt DC negative, requiring 300 milliamps, but I'm not sure if it could be powered by USB-C too. I will check that in my review. Subscribe for updates. Wink, wink. Let's change some parameters. The Canvas Expression lands at around 300 notes. Ouch. $300, 300 euros, 300 spondoolies is an expression pedal extravagance. It is a lot. It's going to make a lot of traditional guitarists squeal. It's going to make people completely switch off and just shut that down or get angry. See you in the comments. And if you literally just want to tweak the delay time on a single stomp box, this is a mountain of over-engineering. But if you're a touring musician or a synth enthusiast, a synthesizer enthusiast, or a hybrid player who requires deep MIDI automation and CV control and bulletproof magnetic reliability across multiple devices, Walrus do seem to have built the ultimate control hub. The gasometer flies up to an enthusiastic but slightly confused "buy it now." Next up, we're taking a look at a deceptively simple, ultra-clever piece of pedalboard utility that solves one of the absolute most annoying headaches in modern pedalboard building. We've all been there, probably. You buy a specialty drive, a high headroom preamp, or an old school delay, only to unbox it and realize that it requires 12 volts or 18 volts, or even a bizarre 24-volt power supply. Suddenly, your standard, meager 9-volt power supply brick is completely useless, and you're forced to tape a massive wall wart supply thing or second power brick under your board just to power a single pedal. Well, this is the brand new D'Addario Expand Voltage Booster. D'Addario has built an ultra-compact inline step-up converter, that takes a standard run-of-the-mill 9-volt center-negative DC feed from your existing power supply and then steps it up to selectable outputs of 12 volts, 18 volts, or 24 volts. Physical footprint is teeny tiny, and it features a little onboard toggle switch so you can instantly select your required output voltage on the fly. And that eliminates the need for bulky voltage doubler Y cables that take up those valuable isolated taps on your power supply, and it doesn't look bad either. So it lands with a street price of around 40 notes, maybe a bit cheaper. Not the cheapest accessory available, but if you want to keep a tidy pedal board and you want to swap things out simply and not rewire things, or you don't want to buy a new power supply, this could save the day. I've had to do exactly that for a pedal board, for a pedal that required 12 volts, and it wasn't fun adding a wall wart to my rig just for one pedal. Now, assuming this voltage booster doesn't add any noise to the chain or potentially damage anything, and I can't see why it would, I wish I had one of these back then. I do know that D'Addario is a bit of a dirty word at the moment, but that doesn't stop this being one of the best utility accessories I've ever seen. It's simple, it's small, and it's fairly affordable. D'Addario, you can have that, and I can confirm that no AI was used in the writing of it. You're welcome. The gasometer chugs up to a very healthy buy it now. It just makes sense, and you never know when you might need it. It's almost worth buying one just to keep in your gig bag. You never know when someone might turn up with a gift of a pedal.
Pick of the Week.
And finally, we have arrived at my pick of the week. To close out the gear list today, we are headed straight into high-octane hard rock with a brand new instrument built for Hailstrom frontwoman and Gibson's first female brand ambassador, Lzzy Hale. This is the brand new Epiphone Lzzy Hale Explorer Custom in black, diamond, holographic, oh, sparkle, yes please. Look at it, wowzers. In fact, it is so beautiful, it deserves a full screen 5 seconds.
It's so beautiful, it deserves a full screen 5 seconds.
Right out the gate, this guitar is built to command attention under concert lighting, aka you could blind the audience with it. The solid mahogany Explorer body is wrapped in a very striking gloss black diamond holographic sparkle finish, and that is accented by a 7-ply, 7, not 5, not 6, not 8, but 7-ply top binding, and a very high contrast single ply mirror pickguard for checking your teeth mid-set. The neck is also mahogany and shaped to a slim taper 60s, excuse me, 60s C profile, topped with an ebony fretboard and 22 medium jumbo frets and pearloid block inlays. Oh. Up top, the Signature Explorer hockey stick is back on this model, and it features a raised 3-inch that way, not that way, 3D nickel logo. 3-inch, that would be amazing. Grover mini Rotomatic tuners and a Graphtec nut, with also a black stinger on the rear. That's a nice attention to detail. And a 2-ply black truss rod cover stamped with Lzzy's signature, which, if you're not into Hailstorm or anything, is also fairly easy to swap out, so you're not playing a signature guitar if that's not your thing. I like it though. Electronics, you've got a match set of Epiphone Pro-Bucker Ignite pickups, individual volume pots for each pickup, and a master tone control. So there's only 3 knobs rather than 4. These are silver speed knobs. It adds and completes the look. There's also a 3-way toggle switch, as you should expect, and this whole thing ships protected inside a custom hard shell case. I will say the photos are not doing the finish justice. The look is killer, and in the video, maybe we've shown the video in this video. That's video inception, and I hope I don't see one in the flesh. It could be very dangerous for me. I love this so much. A sparkly silver holographic Explorer is definitely not built for the subtle tweed jacket jazz purist or blues jam, but if standing out on stage and having something pretty and something with great Epiphone specs is your thing, this thing is an absolute knockout. I'll be honest, I had a bit of a strange deja vu when I saw this guitar, and I remembered, finally, that we talked about the Lzzy Hale Kramer signature not so long ago, and I remember loving that, but this Explorer is better. Like, yeah, this much better. Also, the Explorer is coming in at around 1,000 notes. Epiphone have kept the price down by not putting in Gibson pickups or anything silly like that, and I think this is a wise move. It doesn't put it in the affordable area, but it is still attainable. I like it very much. I am very happy that it is a 60s slim taper neck, otherwise I'd be in trouble. I actually need a few days to pass after seeing this for the first time, because I'm currently telling myself that maybe the thin neck would be okay for me. Maybe I can adapt my playing. I would be wrong. The gasometer is completely melted. This is an undeniable, my wallet is on fire with explosions and fireworks. Now, listen, if Ibanez could make an Iceman in this finish, but have it tinted red and then have black hardware and then put the fattest neck in the world on it, I am yours forever. A big thank you to the people that support this show on YouTube and Patreon. Their names are scrolling past my face right over there. And if you gain anything from TWIG, if it makes you smile or it gets you up in the morning or gets you down at night, and you want to show your support, there are links in the video description. And now, a special shout out to the top tier supporting members. Here we go. Antonio Cruz Barreto, Buddha Blue, Boom Shakalaka, Buzzle, Chris Kelly, Craig's Fist, Darth Bagel, David Meyer, Dirk, Doug Paget, Fuzz Onkel, Jindrik Strelka, Johnny Badminton. Called to a pop. Mark C. Stanford. Mike CQB241. Mike Lute. Andrew Morgan, which is probably upside down. Craig VB. Darius Lives. Gary O'Neill. Josh Tamberg. Man Dude Bro. Fat Raptor. PQ Deads. Sarung Narayan. Sanya Chen. Sarah Marie. Searching for Tone. Southern Panda 33. Thunderbird Calls. TWIG is inconceivable. Brilliant, good show, man. Thank you, top tier members. Your support is appreciated. It is good to be back. Let me know your pick of the week and include the word sparkle in the comments to show the world that you watched until the end. Bye-bye!